To understand what a secondary dominant is, you first need to know what a dominant is. So we're going to go over that real quick. The scale degrees of a major scale are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again at the octave. And these scale degrees have names: tonic, supertonic, mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, and leading tone, and then tonic when you're at the octave. For this lesson, we're going to focus on the dominant 7 chord, which is the 7th chord built on the 5th scale degree, or the dominant. The dominant 7 chord has a major triad on the bottom and a minor 7th added above the root. And it's the only 7th chord in the major scale that is constructed like this. And most of the time, your dominant 7 resolves to the tonic, or the 1 chord. In the key of C major, the G7 chord is the 5 of C, which is the 1 chord, or the tonic. In the key of B flat major, the F7 chord is the 5 of B flat, which is the 1 chord, or the tonic, in that key. The dominant 7 sound has such a strong pull toward its 1 chord that if you alter another chord so that it has the quality of a dominant 7, then that chord will temporarily act as the 5 chord, or dominant, of another key. And we call this a secondary dominant. If we're in the key of C major, the 7th chord based on the 2nd scale degree is normally D minor 7. It has a minor triad on the bottom with a minor 7th above the root. We can alter this chord by raising the 3rd from F to F sharp. And now we have a D7 chord, which has a major triad on the bottom with that minor 7th on top, or a dominant 7 sounding chord. The root of this D7 chord, or the D, is the 5th note of the G major scale. So this D7, which is a secondary dominant in the key of C, is the 5 of G, or the 5 of 5 in the key of C. We call it the 5 of 5 in the key of C because G is the 5th note of the C major scale. And you can hear that this D7 resolves nicely to that G chord. Now we're going to alter the 1 chord. In the key of C major, the 7th chord based on the 1, or tonic, is C major 7, which has a major triad on the bottom and a major 7th added above the root. We're going to alter this chord by lowering that major 7th from B to B flat. And now we have a C7 chord. C major triad on the bottom with the minor 7th, that B flat, on top. C is the 5th note of the F major scale. So this C7 is a secondary dominant. In this case, it's the 5 of F. Now, F is the 4th scale degree of C major. So if you're in the key of C, you would call this C7 the 5 of 4. If you come across a dominant 7 chord that does not belong in whatever key you're in, the easiest way to figure out what it's the 5 of is to use the circle of fifths. You can Google the circle of fifths pretty easily, and I've got a free circle of fifths download on my website. I'll leave a link for that in the description. All you have to do is find the root of your secondary dominant chord and move counterclockwise by 1 key. For example, if you're looking at a B flat 7, that B flat 7 is the 5 of E flat. Or if you're looking at an E7, you're looking at the 5 of A. What you're doing here is taking the root of the secondary dominant chord and lowering it a perfect fifth. So if you want to be able to analyze these types of chords quickly, it's not a bad idea to learn your intervals. If you'd like to learn your intervals, or you're just generally interested in music theory from a guitar player's point of view, check out my book, Guitar Theory Modules. I'll leave a link for that in the description. And for more music theory, guitar lessons, and solo guitar arrangements, please subscribe.